During his confirmation hearing, RFK Jr. actually praised Operation Warp Speed. And I don't even know where to begin to explain the irony of this. So for those who are unaware, Operation Warp Speed was a DoD-led operation to expedite the fabrication of the COVID-19 vaccines. So the mere fact that the Department of Defense was involved in the fabrication of medication, yeah, that should already be a huge red flag. Already. But I digress. So Congress, in concert with the DoD, then gives $18 billion through Operation Warp Speed to the pharmaceutical industry to basically make vaccines fast as hell. Now that might sound like a great idea until you find out that the government gave broad immunity to all the pharmaceutical industries that they gave money to make these rushed vaccines. So if you did experience an adverse reaction, there was no suing these companies because of Operation Warp Speed. Now, although those companies may be immune from being sued, as RFK's own publication points out, that did not stop these big pharma companies and their executives from getting rich as hell without any fear of accountability. Now, when asked about whether or not he would be inserting himself into organizations like the CDC in an unprecedented manner, all he said was, no, I just want to empower the scientists and make sure that there's no economic motives that take place that can influence the science negatively. In other words, he wanted to make sure that profit did not supersede the needs of the people and put them in danger. So, given the information I just gave you, I'm confused because Operation Warp Speed did the total opposite of that. In fact, RFK Jr. himself believes so much that his vice presidential candidate came out and said that in order for him to be part of the Trump administration, Trump would need to admit the failures of Operation Warp Speed. Like, RFK, how are you going to sit here and act like you didn't spend the last 3.5 years railing against this piece of legislation, railing against Big Pharma, raging and railing against everything that Operation Warp Speed represents, and then sit here and praise Operation Warp Speed like we don't got the receipts? How are people supposed to have confidence in you when you won't even be honest and upfront about one of the most corrupt bills in history? When your advocacy in that regard is why so many people were willing to vote for you to begin with. And this is why they always tell you, you don't go to DC and you change DC. DC will always change you. I just want to know, are you ever going to stand on business, RFK, or are you going to continue to compromise your integrity and pussyfoot around the truth?